You are looking at surveillance video from a home security camera. This is on Timberlake Road. Check out the moment that tornado hit on Sunday. Just take a second to look at that. Very powerful video there.
Frightening indeed. Well, we begin this noon with our team coverage of that EF2 tornado that tore through the area.
Dana and Patty, that's right. We did just receive that update just a few minutes ago. They say that here in Amherst County, over 100 homes have been damaged. Of those, 21 homes have been severely damaged or completely destroyed. Now, those damage estimates here in Amherst are up to $3.6 million across the state. They say even more, about $7.5 million in damages, as an additional 315 residential properties have been damaged. Now, Virginia Department of Emergency Management representatives were also a part of the briefing. You can see this huge limb of this massive tree in his yard. It just snapped in half. Luckily, it didn't cause any damage to his home. Now, Gray says he saw a tree branch snap just as the storm was hitting. That's when him and his wife headed to the basement. He says it almost looked like a whiteout with the rain that they were seeing, but 20 seconds later, the storm was over. Just down the road, you can see a tree actually fell on this SUV that was driving as the people out there were heading towards Rivermont Avenue, and actually power lines caught that tree as it came down on the people in the car.
The tree collapsed right in the middle. The car was right in the middle of all the limbs and the laps, and they were stranded there. And then the neighbors immediately turned out and assisted them getting out.
Of course, the National Weather Service was out yesterday. Want to take you to that video as they do send these survey teams out. So I've been on these before, of course, so has Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger. And what they do is they go out there surveying the damage. They want to find out, one, where did the tornado touch down first? How long was it on the ground? The width of that damage. And again, of course, estimating the winds. This is a wind estimate. And when did the storm lift? When did the tornado lift? So it's a lot that goes into it.
Through this entire thing, you have been a part of our ABC 13 News team, sending us pictures of the damage that you're dealing with firsthand. Emily sent us this of a home on Brooklawn Drive, and this is in the Timberlake Road area. We showed that to you a little bit earlier, everything taken off that roof there with trees in the yard. And this one on Royal Avenue in Lynchburg. That massive tree down across the road.
There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now for the Martinsville area.
You're looking live at Lynchburg from our Skycam network, and Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger is watching the radar, tracking it right now.
Mark and Dana are watching several strong storms which are marching the way across the heart of Virginia. You can see the cloudy skies and the storms out to the west of the Lynchburg area, but there's some very heavy rain moving across Bedford County, and this is going to be making its way toward the city of Lynchburg and also just north of Lynchburg up into Amherst County. This storm over Lynchburg is becoming a problem for us because it's not moving. Just check out what's happening. We've had heavy rain in Lynchburg, especially toward the Boonesboro area, Timberlake, and Sandusky parts of town for at least an hour. We're already seeing some 3-inch rainfall amounts reported in Lynchburg in just the last hour.
Why talk about all this rain when we can show it to you? Look at this shot from Langern Road. George has just told us we've had about 2.5 inches of rain in just the last hour.
This is right down the street from our studio.
Yeah, this is 501, of course, Langern Road down toward the Farm Basket. You know, it gets really hilly down there, and there's creeks down there. Some parts of the city have already picked up 3 to 4 inches of rain. And just by looking at the water coming off the street there, that is not something that you want to be driving in.
Had a lot of reports of high water in our area. On Timberlake Road, fire crews had to rescue someone trapped in a car from the high water. You can see the crews getting to him as the rain falls and that water rises out there. No word yet tonight on that person's condition. But a deluge. Torrential downpours led to flash flooding all around the Lynchburg area. Multiple rescues tonight, from apartment buildings to cars stuck in high water. And now concerns the College Lake Dam could fail.
Here, the rapids. This is Old Forest Road by Hill Street, and it is completely flooded. They have this area shut down.
Again, as George mentioned, if you're driving on Lakeside Drive, you're pretty much driving on top of College Dam. Right now, there's about 12 to 18 inches of water on top of the dam. The dam has not ruptured, and they honestly, of course, obviously hope that the dam does not rupture. But if it does, that would send essentially all of the lake downstream, so to speak. Now, right now, only thing the water is doing is streaming over top of it.
Crews also responded to a swift water rescue earlier tonight. This is at Sandusky Apartments on Greenwood Drive near Sandusky Drive. in Lynchburg. Officials told our crews they rescued multiple people from the building and everyone is accounted for.
Tonight, what's left of what was Hurricane Michael has made its way up the coast.
Nearly every county is under a flash flood warning.
But this is what it looked like at 2 p.m. today. The water was rushing through this area, and a Roanoke police sergeant actually told me that an underground viaduct comes out in this area.
Lynchburg Water Resources is on high alert. If you take a look over here at the road, this is where a lot of water was accumulating earlier. It's kind of started to recede now, but back over here near the other side of College Lake, this is where water levels are starting to get a little bit higher. Now today, Water Resources engineers have been checking College Lake water levels hour by hour. They say right now the level's not too alarming. This is video I took earlier of one of those inspections. Water Resources says they're making sure the structure is sound.
And you can see the road is just filled with water there. The situation is so bad that right now the crews aren't actually able to, even our crews can't even get to our Danville bureau.
We're on 29 South, just outside of Lynchburg, heading down towards Danville, Alta Vista, Pittsylvania County, kind of all those areas right there. And what we're looking at right now is the rain just started picking up a little bit. The roads, for the most part, they're just kind of wet. They are passable. You can see cars doing maybe just a little bit under the speed limit.
Noreen, that's right. South Boston town officials are saying that you should not be driving in this water, despite what you're seeing behind me. This is the intersection of 58, and 501 in South Boston. And one of the reasons people tell you not to drive in this type of water is because you have no idea how deep it is. It's kind of shallow along 58, but right here in this general area, there's just no telling what's in that water.
Nights, pictures from you are pouring into the ABC 13 newsroom. Check out some of these pictures of the damage right out of Danville right now.
Roads are still closed in that whole region and the south side right now. Take a look at this video ABC 13's Itanese McMiller got from Arnett Boulevard. And you can see there's a car stuck right there in the left lane, mud in the road. You do need to use caution if you have to drive tonight, especially as it gets dark, because you don't know what's under that road.
Well, Noreen, for the first time right now, the folks who live on this side of West 3rd Street here off of Arnett Boulevard in Danville can leave their homes to try and get some food. None of them have electricity at this point. They've been just trying to get out of their neighborhood. That's because their street was washed away with those floodwaters last night. These Danville Public Works crews, wow, they've been great. Can you believe that they got this road rebuilt in less than a day?
We flew over the whole area and did as intensive a search from the air as I possibly could.
Several emergency crews are on scene after a family of 3 was swept away inside their car near Keysville.
And it's amazing to see what you can see down in this creek tonight. There are cars overturned, there are vans overturned, there are refrigerators, you name it. It was rushed down this creek with that floodwater. And we are still not in the clear tonight here in Danville.
It was during the baccalaureate service, and many people, they didn't know he was going to be here. So it was a pleasant surprise.
And we are especially honored to have former President Jimmy Carter with us to deliver the keynote address.
It was a surprise. It's definitely a shock.
Shock and then a standing ovation.
Now on the stage in front of the thousands in attendance, he addressed 2 issues that he's still fighting for: human rights and peace. Mr. James Earl Carter Jr. addressed the Liberty University graduates.
Better known around the world as Jimmy Carter, the 39th President of the United States of America.
Jerry told me before we came here that it's even bigger, I hate to say this, than it was last year. Even now, some of us are still struggling to accept the fact that all people are equal in the eyes of God.
And don't miss our special weather coverage this Sunday morning starting at 6.
That's right, you guys. I'm on Craighead Street in Danville, and just as you pointed out, the snow is falling a lot around here. I'm going to try to step out of the frame to let you guys see, but it's kind of a winter wonderland in this area right now. Plenty of snow out here.
Whitney, what is it looking like in your area right now?
Hey, good morning, guys. It is getting pretty snowy out here. As you can see, we've got the camera on the road right now. I'm behind the wheel. We're seeing a lot of accumulation. We've been driving since about 4 this morning or so, and we're just now getting to Martinsville.
A live look. This is I-81 in Roanoke. This is an area that could see several inches of snow. Looks like they've already gotten a good start on that. And when that snow starts to fall, or obviously it already has, the best thing you can do is to stay off the roads.
Thank you. Now another live view in Roanoke. This is with our Skycam network, so we're looking in downtown. You can see a parking garage right there. Snow is coming down in Roanoke, already getting some reports of some 1-inch totals.
Thought I was ready for this. I have on my gloves, I have on my hat, I have on my winter boots, I have on my big puffer, but I'm not sure I was ready because there is a lot of snow coming down. You can see it really hasn't stopped since we got here. There's a ton of snow falling, and you can see how pretty the street looks right now with all the snow.
Right. We have a special project we want to tell you about. ABC 13 is partnering with St. Jude to raise money to help kids with cancer.
Yeah, Mark, Noreen, ABC 13 is so proud to say that we are partnering to build the St. Jude Dream Home here in Daleville. This is the Ashley Plantation in Botetourt County. Take a good look at what you're seeing right now. This is what this plot of land looks like right now. We had to bring out Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger for our groundbreaking forecast tonight.
Danner, we have perfect weather for the groundbreaking tonight. The sun is shining, the temperatures are warm, but not too bad out there. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow, but right now we have temperatures low to mid 80s. You probably had the air conditioner on today. If you do have any evening plans, most of our area is going to be staying dry. And as we work our way towards 7, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock tonight, we're going to see temperatures falling down into the 70s. And Rich, let's fire up Sky 13 and we're going to take a look. This is a live look at where we are at the property, and this is just a beautiful property site. Where we are is in a beautiful area because when you take a look to the west, you can see the mountains. This home is going on just a gorgeous plot of land.
I'm Len Stevens, Executive Director of External Communications at Liberty University.
And I am Mark Spain, anchor at ABC 13 News right here in Lynchburg. Thank you for being with us.
You are looking at a former foster child, a great-grandson of slaves and sharecroppers from Orange County, Virginia.
Next month is the deadline for the president to extend the waiver on sanctions suspended by the Iran nuclear deal. The question goes to you, Mr. Jackson, first.
It's a very, very important town hall. Your voice, your future on opioids. It's an epidemic that's sweeping the country. I didn't want to be here today. This is not what my life goal was. About a year, I'll get to it very quickly. About a year ago, a little more than a year ago, my wife and I were driving home from dinner, and we got a phone call on my cell phone, and it was a young lady crying. Her name was Kayla, and I said, "Kayla, what's up?" And she couldn't speak. I said, for some reason, I went right to, "Is he still alive?" And she said, "No." Let's give a massively warm welcome to, not only is she First Lady, she's a mother, she's a wife, she is just an amazing person, and most importantly for me, she's a good friend, First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump.
As the worst drug crisis in American history, his administration has declared it a public health emergency, and there are several agencies working alongside the White House to educate and provide services for those affected.
Noreen, I'm happy to say this is the third time that ABC 13 has partnered with the Salvation Army for a phone bank to help folks after a disaster has hit. The second time that it's happened in our very own area.
It's come all the way up here. We've been feeding a lot, trying to get out there and help people as they're doing some cleanup and debris removal and helping take care of some of that kind of stuff along the way.
Call right now. We have the number on the bottom of your screen so you can get involved in helping the victims of Hurricane Michael, whether it's here at home or down along the Gulf. A lot of people need your help. The phone number right on your screen, 434-947-9215.